Pulling out the coupe at the lot. Going for 12 for a swat. Busting all the bells out the box. Hit the lick with the box. Had to put the stick in the box. Pour up the whole damn field.
What's up, guys? Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. So for the people that don't want to watch the entire video, I'm going to do basically a short version of it, just talking about what I did in my whole dribbling session within like 60 seconds. So the first thing that I do is I start off with ball mastery skills, doing lots of different variations, inside taps, drag backs, croys, everything pretty much for 5 to 10 minutes. And then I move on to a straight line cone drill and do outside inside, single foot, and a lot of drag back variations as well. After that, I move into a zigzag cone drill, doing lots of different variations as well, doing like Ronaldo chops and just going around the cones 1 foot at a time. And then after that, I go and do my last drill, which is going to be my game realistic dribbling drill, which is based off my position, which is a winger / wingback. And something that I do frequently in the game is either take on a player and take it down the line and whipping across, or I either take it towards the middle, I pass it off, or I either take a shot. So each of the first 3 things I do, I focus for about 5-10 minutes. But the last drill, which is my game realistic dribbling drill, I focus the most time because that's the closest thing that's going to be mimicked in a game. So if you did like this short version of, explain that, just comment down below. I just wanted to offer something short for people that don't want to watch through the entire video and get them bored. But I'd greatly appreciate it if you watch through the entire thing. Leave a like and comment down below. I read all your guys' comments, and I greatly appreciate everyone's support. So thank you again. If you want to keep on watching out and see like a longer version of it and me explaining it in real time, then keep on watching. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, guys, before we move into the first thing, I recommend jogging for about 5 to 10 minutes, doing some dynamic stretching and foam rolling if you have a foam roller. So the first thing that I like to do in my training is I like to build up into my game realistic dribbling drills. So I start off with the basic fundamentals, which is ball mastery skills. And no matter what level you are, even if you're a professional, I highly recommend you still do ball mastery skills because you can never go wrong, and it's just a fundamental for everyone's game. The first thing that I recommend doing is just nice and easy, is just doing inside the foot touches just like this. And if it's too easy for you, I recommend obviously going faster, but try picking your head up and not looking at your feet at all. That's like the progression to the beginner version. So after you do that for about 30 seconds, we're gonna move on to the next drill, which is going to be toe taps. And it's just simply just hopping, touching the ball, going back and down. It's almost like high knees. And as you get better, faster, try to make sure the ball stays in place, just like that. And if you can, look up. After you do that for 30 seconds, I like to move on to some croys. So just like this, drag, touch, drag, touch, drag, touch, drag, touch. Nice little hop, just like that. We're gonna do some rollovers. So it's almost like toe taps, but now you're adding an emphasis of rolling the ball across. Make sure you don't roll it too far across. All you want it is like the distance of the cone, and that's good enough. So after doing the rollovers, I like to go into this next ball mastery drill, which is drag, touch, pass through, drag, touch, pass through, drag, touch, pass through, drag, touch, pass through. And I'm gonna be showing you a different camera angle so you guys can have a better idea how to do this. I'll also leave videos linked above. After doing that for 30 seconds, we're gonna move into the next variation, which is going to be a rollover, drag, touch, pass, rollover, drag, touch, pass, rollover, drag, touch, pass. So I don't know if you guys noticed that we're kind of building up on every ball mastery skills. So the first one that we did was inside the foot. The second one was toe taps. And this is what's good. And then we also did the drags. And this is kind of involving all 3 because you're using the inside the foot, you're dragging, you touch back, touch, just like that. What's up, guys? So after we do 5 to 10 minutes of the ball mastery skills, we're gonna move into like a straight cone line drill. And we're gonna start off with the first drill, which is going to be outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, just like that. What I recommend is that if you wanna make better and sharper cuts, if you watch players like Messi, the reason they're so good at dribbling and they're able to cut and react much better is because they're so low to the ground. So the lower you get, the better you'll be able to cut in and out of these cones. And as you get better, just like the ball mastery skills, try picking your head up. If you could do this with your head up, you're gonna be a much more dangerous player to defend, because then you'll be able to see all your options out on the field. You'll be able to see where the defenders are, your teammates are, and that's why some of the best players in the world, like Neymar, who's really good at dribbling, Messi, they're dribbling, sprinting full speed with their head up. And they'll take a glance every once in a while, but most of the time, they're with their head up. So the next thing we're going to do is single foot. So same thing, staying nice and low, touches, just like that for 30 seconds, and then you're gonna switch your feet. The next drill that we're going to be doing now is going to be doing the drag back, but just like we did in the ball mastery, but now it's gonna be a bit further. So like I said, this is going to be drag, touch, pass through, touch, pass through, drag, touch, pass through, pass through, drag, touch, pass through. Just like that. And now we're gonna do the second variation that I showed you at the ball mastery skill, which is now gonna add the rollover. So roll, drag, touch, pass, roll, drag, touch, pass, roll, drag, touch, pass, roll, drag. All right, guys, so the next drill we're going to be working on is now a zigzag cone drill. And now this is going to be a little bit more game realistic, because in a game, you're not going to be zigzagging through a straight line cone. You're going to have to accelerate now, take sharper cuts. And I like this drill a lot because it's very tiring. So this could be also a great endurance and fitness drill with the ball and without it. I've even done drills where you dribble with the ball, throw it down and back, and then you sprint through it. So some tips, same thing. When you're accelerating here, small touches, you want to get as low as possible here, low as possible. Like I said before, Messi's so good at turning is because he gets so low, and that's able to help him get a lower center of gravity. He's able to change direction much more efficiently than other players. So if you can, I recommend switching feet. If you want, you can also do one foot the entire time and then switch feet and then go through it with the other foot the entire time, but it's up to you. What I like to do is I like to do one foot here, switch over to my left foot, switch over to my right foot here. Remember, get low, small touches here, accelerate, touch, touch, and then rest for about 30 seconds, and then go back at it again. So push yourself. If you make mistakes, that's perfectly fine, because this is the time to make mistakes during trainings, during practices, because once you go into game, you're not gonna make those mistakes. You put in the work, you make the mistakes in training when you're training by yourself, so that once you go into game, it's less likely to happen. So don't be afraid, push yourself, challenge yourself, and I promise that's gonna help you grow as a player. So with this drill, you don't necessarily only have to do the dribbling around the cone. You can add a lot of different variations. And one of my coaches used to make me do a lot of different variations of this drill, doing stuff like this. So you're gonna dribble here, you're gonna fake shot here, Cruyff, touch here, fake shot, Cruyff, touch here, fake shot, Cruyff, and repeat the same thing. Fake shot, Cruyff, really bringing that arm up, selling the move. My coach really emphasized me on really trying to sell each move. He had me do the Cruyff, he had me do the Ronaldo chop, a lot of different things, just like that. And another variation that you can do is like the Neymar does this a lot, so I'm just gonna say the Neymar chop, where he does like this, where he goes here, roll, come here, roll. Guys, so now we're gonna move into our game realistic dribbling drill. And like I mentioned before, I'm a winger / wing back. So what I'm going to be doing is something that I encounter a lot in a game, which is taking on the player down the line, either taking it inside to get a shot off or taking it down the line to get a cross. So what I did right here is I set up 3 cones right here, and I'm gonna be leaving this video linked up above, where it was in my day in a life, where I was doing a game realistic winger dribbling drill, and it's one of my favorite. But this is almost like a different variation, same concept of, you know, working on taking the player down the line and trying to get a cross off. So I'll leave that linked above and you'll see it. All you're gonna do right here is that you're gonna start out wide, just like this, and you're going to attack the cone. You're gonna dribble at full speed, do a move, and take it down the line. Just working on building that muscle memory, going towards the player at full speed, because the problem what I see with a lot of players is when they're taking on players is that they slow down too much, that they give the defender an opportunity to win the ball. If anything, you want to make that defender's job as hard as possible to have a chance to win the ball from you. So what I recommend from a defender myself is that you go towards the player at full speed. Run towards them, because if he's backpedaling like this and you take a touch past him, you see how hard it is for me to, you know, get up to my top speed when the guy who's running towards me is already running at that top speed. Imagine trying to catch up to somebody who's already running at full speed. You're going to have to foul them. So that's why if you're dribbling and you want to beat players, I recommend, number one, dribble towards them at full speed, because it's going to be much harder for them to catch back up, and they're going to probably foul you at the end of the day. If not, then you might be through to score a goal or pass it. So all this drill is going to work on is taking it down the line. So I'm just going to go here, do a move, touch here, and just work on that and take the ball back. I'm going to do this for about 15 times. And then the next thing I'm going to progress into is, instead of taking it down the line, now I'm going to take it towards the inside. Now we're going to do 15 times, taking it towards the middle. So same thing. Try to fake him out, run at him at full speed. Oh, drop that shoulder. Messi's so good at beating players without really having to do anything fancy. And it really doesn't have to be anything fancy, because if you're running towards him at full speed and you take that touch past him, maybe add a little shoulder drop, he's most likely gonna hesitate here and you'll be gone by then. So really focus at going towards the defender at full speed. I promise you that's going to be a game changer for a lot of you out there. And it's something that I really need to work on. And that's why I've been implementing a lot of 1v1s and just working on dribbling towards the defenders at full speed. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be most likely at 50-50 that he's going to step in the right direction. And if you can work on your body movement as well, that's gonna help increase your chances on getting past them. And I just want to help as many people out there. I'm sorry for making these videos and talking for so long, and I'm trying to shorten down so I can get right to the point. And it's just something I have to work on. So thank you guys for, you know, watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. I hope this video helps anyone out there. If you want to see any more specific drills, just comment down below. Another thing that I want to touch on is I'm almost at 4,000 watch hours. I think I'm at 3,000. So if you can, please leave this video running throughout the whole time. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's going to really help me because I really want to start giving things away. I want to do giveaways in the future, soccer balls, soccer cleats. But the problem is like, number one, I'm in debt because of college, and I don't have no sponsors. I have nothing. So I'm really trying to grow this channel so I can give back to people, whether that be knowledge in soccer. I want to give equipment to people who need it so that I can help them. So especially during quarantine, it's really hard. A lot of people don't have fields to go to. People don't have these huge gyms, huge fields, and I just want to help some people out so that they can get the best training in whatever situation they're in. So thank you again, guys. Sorry for going like rattling off so much, but I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So make sure when doing these drills that you put 100% into it, because it is very tiring, and the way you train is the way you play. If you do this super slow the whole 30 seconds, then I feel like you're not gonna find much benefit. But if you're a beginner learning a new move, that's perfectly fine. But let's say you've done this several times and you're just not feeling it, then you're just not gonna find much benefit. If you're used to the movement, you know how to do it, try challenge yourself every single time. Try to go a little bit faster, try to be more consistent, make less mistakes, and push yourself, because you're always trying to become better after each session.
They think that we lost our minds. Well, maybe we did. Maybe that's just how we live. Maybe that's all that we want. Maybe it is what it is. 'Cause we're just living our life. That's the life we're living. We're just living our life. That's the life